13. 40.
This red is closest to the cue ball. If he can get it out of the way after the black, it clears the path for 2 reds into the opposite corner. Oh, is careless. That is so careless.
40.
And how costly will that prove to be? The game was at his mercy. The frame should have been his here. And just occasionally, Ali, his temperament can be a little bit suspect, and things like that really annoy him. He's going to try and put it out of his mind.
1.
Yeah, and he's had a couple of chances in this frame, and that will upset him more. Nothing worse than missing easy putts like that to close out the frame, and particularly should Graeme come back to, there you see it.
8.
Particularly if Graeme Dott can take advantage now, and this would certainly hurt Ali Carter. He's one of those type of players, isn't he, Dennis? He certainly shows emotions, and he does let things like that affect him. He may carry it for a frame or two.
17.
Some players have the ability just to eradicate it from the memory, but it's one of probably Ali's failings over the last few seasons.
Now we're seeing Graeme look at that difficult red a couple of shots ago.
22.
It's quite an acute angle, you know, to leave it, and he'd have to get pretty close to it, because otherwise it's going to be quite a difficult shot.
23.
You want to get pretty close, and well, if he was in the circle there, he might be able to just drop it in. Now I don't know if he can get to somewhere near the circle rolling this blue in. I think he intended to
28.
hit that a little bit harder, and maybe the kick took the pace out of it, because a bit further where I had the circle, he just rolls it in nicely. Now he's got to make sure that he doesn't stay on the cushion. That little heavy contact just took a bit of the pace out of that. He just had to sacrifice a little bit of the position there, because he could only just drop that in to make sure of the pot. It's all going to be about the brown, you would feel.
$34.
No problem potting the yellow and the green, but he's just now looking at the angle. Once again, he'd need to get pretty close to that brown to give himself a chance to just screw back for the blue. So this is not straightforward just yet.
Yeah, he's having a look at maybe potting the yellow, leaving the cue ball somewhere in the D, so he can drop that green into the middle. And the angle is very important here. Has he got the angle? Pot the green into the middle, run through and even take out the brown. Well, it doesn't look like it from that, and that's a poor shot from Graeme Dott. Want to be a lot straighter. Can only possibly get behind the brown and maybe take it down into one of these bottom corner pockets near the black. Oh, well,
As he
Graeme Dott, 36.
Well, I think he was just trying to leave himself. He didn't attempt, he couldn't move the brown. He was trying to pot that and leave himself an angle so he could then play the snooker. But I would have just dropped it in and then clipped off the brown. Would have made the pot a lot easier. I think it's a bigger frame for Ali Carter this than Graeme Dott, because if Ali loses it, it might just affect him more so than it would Graeme. And Graeme's played, well, if he's fluked it, he's very lucky because he played a very poor shot. And that is very fortunate indeed. Okay, he's not on the brown, but if the green had stayed over the pocket, Ali would have had a chance of potting it and get over to the brown. Well, if he plays a safety shot, he might even pot the brown in the left corner pocket here. He's played it well. You hit it a little bit thinner so that you get a good object ball. A few problems now for Ali. It's one of those, if he doubles the brown back up the table, he could leave it on. The only thing is the blue and pink might help to get a snooker. Oh, that double kiss. Well, I think he's got away with it, but he could be in trouble. He can get that ball up behind the black here. If he misses the black, he would have had Ali in all sorts of trouble there. The cannon is left a shot, but not an easy shot for Ali Carter.
Excellent shot. Didn't have much room there to manoeuvre that particular shot. Came perilously close to a double kiss, but it was very well played. Good hit. I think the brown has gone far enough to be safe. Quite sure where he can cut this back into the green pocket, but I don't think he's even having a look at it. So white somewhere down behind the black if possible.
He just hit it a little bit too thick to do that because he had the black, as you say, Ken, and the blue and pink to get the snooker behind. So that's what Graeme's attempted. And he's just going to slip past it as well, but he made sure he got the brown safe. That's key when you're having a tactical battle. No use concentrating on the cue ball. You've got to make sure you get the object ball safe. Very well played. Might have to risk doubling the brown up to this left corner pocket. As I said, the blue and pink are in a pretty good position to possibly get a snooker. That's what he'd like to do. He'd like to double the brown up to the top cushion and then just onto the side cushion, and every chance he might just get a snooker. That's close to the pocket. But as I mentioned, blue and pink in a good spot. Surely there's not a gap. We'll find out by Ali's face. He's looking at Graeme. There's a gap, but there's not enough gap, I don't think. Well, they're all having a look there. The referee, Brendan Moore, Ali. Let's all get down and have a look. What do you think, boys? No, I don't think there's a... Surely you can't get through that and pot the brown. It's one of those you could get down and finish up cutting the blue into the middle pocket. Because you can't really play it with a touch of swerve because it wouldn't take in time. Well, here we go. We've got a bird's eye view. Well, I think that is the smallest gap I have ever seen. How did he miss the pink there?
Graeme Dott 4.
There's a bit of gurning going on, I think. But he's got
not
away
only
with it
missed-
somewhat, yeah.
I was just going to say, he's not only missed the putt, he's missed a kiss on the way down as well. He would have certainly left the blue. Just have a look at this. Now watch the cue ball on the way back down. How close it is to the blue again. Whoops. Super shot. Excellent shot and perfect on the pink. Well, he's played a lot of good shots so far in this match. And he hasn't played one as well as that. What a positional shot on the pink, Dennis. Couldn't have hit that any better.
Well, that was as good a pot as you'll see. Under the circumstances and what's gone, he's had a few little heavy contacts, but that was an absolute gem he pulled out there. There's a fascinating frame. A little bit slower than the two opening frames, but no big breaks, but fascinating finish to the frame. Ali Carter takes it. He's in the lead, 2 frames to 1. Ali's just popped out. Don't blame him after that frame. Well, both players have popped out of the arena. So we'll just show you that shot again because it's worth looking at. He had a straightforward safety shot. He thought, the way things are going here, I'm going to have to take this shot by the scruff of the neck, and he got down and he cued it beautifully and not only potted it, got himself on the pink and screwed back on the black. Very good stuff. While the boys are out, we'll just give you a few stats just to have a look at.